From the Twitter account, Dorian is not gray, which frankly applies to Tom Brady on multiple levels. How much of Tommy's future in Tampa Bay has to do with the length of their playoff run? Do you think he'll be back after a first-round exit or a Super Bowl win? Is there a scenario where you see that he doesn't return in 2021? Look, it's been made clear to me, and the talk around the league is obvious on this point. The Buccaneers want Brady back next year more than anything else. They want him back because they intend to have a full stadium next year, and they want to get the financial windfall of having Tom Brady. And the farther they go in the playoffs, the greater the urgency to get him back next year, because it's just a taste of what 2021 can be. Even if they win the Super Bowl, they could try to win 2 in a row with Tom Brady. So they want him back no matter what. And Charean, I think the improvements they've made in recent weeks, I fault them for not properly managing expectations in August, September, October, and into November. Since the bye week, though, they've been very good. And I think as we all kind of decided maybe they're not going to be that good this year, that lowered the expectations organically. And now they're I think one of the most dangerous teams in the NFC playoff field. I think he's going to be back no matter what next year. He looks great. He's going to be 44 in August. And he hasn't lost a thing yet, and he wants to prove to himself and to all of us that he can keep playing deep into his 40s. I think we have to start thinking about him ripping up the expected deadline of the season that would happen when he turns 45, which would be 2022. I think he may play longer than that. So I don't know how much, and I don't think much of what happens in the playoffs is going to get him to not come back. Even if they win the Super Bowl, I don't see him walking away, because it's about more at this point than winning Super Bowls. It's about proving how far he can push it into the future.
Not only do they want him back, Mike, which we know that, because as you said, this is about money, making money. It's a money-making business, and they didn't get the windfall from that, from having the full stadiums. We know how much they've struggled putting people in the seats and all the jerseys they sold this year, all those sorts of things. They absolutely want him back. And I think that Tom Brady wants to come back. I think he likes living there. I think he likes working with Bruce Arians, despite the sometimes criticism. And I think he thinks he can win there with the weapons that he had. He's never had those kind of weapons at New England. Even the Randy Moss year, I don't think he had that group of weapons that he has now. He feels like he can win. In a second year, he certainly feels like he can get that done. The last 4 games, he's been terrific. 12 touchdowns, 1 interception. And I think we've all kind of ignored it, but this just again speaks to the greatness of Tom Brady. He's been great this season, Mike. And if they'd won those Saints games, we'd probably have him in the MVP conversation.
And just think of how much better he'll be if he has a full offseason to prepare and knows the offense even better and knows the personnel even better. That was what slowed them down out of the gates. It's not slowing them down now. And again, I think they're going to be incredibly dangerous in January. One more quick one from Sean Alvashire. Do you think the Dolphins will consider using the 3rd overall pick on a quarterback after what they've seen from Tua this season? I don't know why you wouldn't fully evaluate. And if it takes you that way, so be it. The Cardinals did it with Josh Rosen a couple of years ago. If you come to the conclusion you can get a better quarterback with that 3rd overall pick, you deal with it. You make the pick, and you move on from Tua if that's what you have to do. I'm concerned that they picked the wrong guy. If I was a Dolphins fan, it would be causing me significant angst and consternation right now that we could have had Justin Herbert and we didn't take him.
Well, and the problem is you feel like Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields are going to be gone 1 and 2, whatever order it is, but they're both going to be off the board for number 3. And then you're talking about, other guys like BYU's Zach Wilson and Trey Lance from North Dakota State and guys like that. Maybe they get a quarterback later in the first round with that 2nd pick, Mike, rather than that number 3 overall pick.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.